Hi, welcome back to another yellow sticker haul video. Today we're going to be talking about tkmaxx, the final clearance. Insert the final markdown. I'm very proud of that. I thought about it earlier. Track. It's the final markdown. Anyway, tkmaxx has this at the end of January, beginning of February, and also the end of August. So all the stuff from Halloween, Christmas, and at the summer it's from Easter. All the stuff they probably haven't sold so much throughout the year, and they mark it down to a point where one day they actually mark it down every hour when it comes to the end. So I have been there when they've done that, and they do go down every hour. They go down, and they could go down to like 30p, 50p. So it has already begun, and it hasn't got to that point yet where it's the low prices, but the prices for some things are pretty good as they are. So if you see a good price, I'd just buy it. So this is Halloween, as you can obviously see. This is a risotto set. You've got 3 lots of risottos and 2 spoons. Look, and this was £2.50 instead of 10. That's a pretty good markdown, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's not damaged. Beware, there are going to be damaged stuff that is marked down because it's damaged, and that's why it's been marked down and nobody wants it. And there'll be stuff that's perfectly fine, so just bear that in mind. So got these ones. These are SpongeBob cocoa bombs. So like a hot chocolate, you put it in the hot chocolate and it melts. This is £1.10. Looks £8. How hefty was that? There's a lot of inconsistencies in different stores, because this was in HomeSense, which also have the final options, and there were different prices than the tkmaxx across the road. These were far cheaper, so just bear that in mind and have a look around. And there's loads of stuff you think, I don't need any of this stuff. I joke to the cashier that I don't need any of it, and I probably don't. But you just can't help yourself. You just can't resist it. So you've got a Hedwig mug with marshmallows and a hot chocolate. Look, and it's only £2. So that's good for a gift or something like that. These were online, though it obviously includes clothes and stuff. These Jack and Jones trainers. So I need a new pair of trainers at some point. These were £8 and they were originally 25. So that was a pretty good deal to get those. And it isn't over yet, so I'll continue to pop into my locals until you get to the point where it is the final markdowns. So we've got these. These are little strawberry jelly hearts. They're 50p. Can you really believe that these were £3.50? And I'll show you, because I have already eaten some of them. I'll show you what is actually inside. This is what's £3.50. Look, since when? It is so expensive. It's because it's the Grinch. That's why. And also, I've been after some foaming hand soap for ages. When I was at work, my old workplace, my colleague had a cinnamon Christmas foaming hand soap from Aldi, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And the time I found it, it must have probably gone. So no tkmaxx have got them, and now obviously it's past Christmas, but I was so excited to see this. Look, although it's pine, and pine can be kind of hit and miss. I know with candles it can be. This was £2, so it's not bad. I think it was about 5. So I've got frosted pine. Also have fresh picked berries, which was only £1. I think it was a £5. Is it £4? That's not. Yeah, so this is fresh picked berries. It was not seasonal. This was only £1. So this was another foaming hand soap I wasn't too overly excited about. I was looking at all the hand soaps. And then there was this one. This was orange cinnamon. This is not foaming. This is just regular. This was £4 to £1.30. As you can see, look, you can see there's 4 stickers on this one. This is what I mean about the final clearance. HomeSense seems to be putting more clearance on stickers on their products than TK Maxx are. Which I don't know if they're getting closer to the final clearance than that day. But I think a little bit of it might have leaked out on this, but this is good to put away for next year, or this year rather. So, got those. There's loads of little bits which will probably be that aren't worth it to me at the moment. There's loads of different hand soaps, which I will get if they go down to a little bit more, like £2. Right now they're probably like £4 or £5, so probably not my price point to pay. But if they're left, I'll definitely stock up some so I can have festive hands throughout December. I spotted these on there. They kind of grouped everything together, so food, candles, games. But in some stores, they are still scattered in different places, so do have a look around because they'll have the yellow banners. There's these face masks. These were £1 for 5. And you can see they were. I think it might have been about £5. The £4 there. So you can see there's 3 stickers on this. There's none missing. So actually, you've got 5 masks there. These are also £1 for 5 snowman masks. So yeah, there's a good. You'd pay that for 1. In like Boots or other places, you'd pay that for 1. So that's a pretty good deal. And now, the point where I admit, if you've ever heard the advert for the guy on the radio talking about does TK Maxx sell candles, I am now that guy. Now I bought a few novelty candles in TK Maxx before. I saw on a Facebook group about a croissant candle that had a smell of croissant, so I did hunt it down, and I was lucky enough to find one, and it did smell of butter, like buttery croissants. I did damage the lid, so unfortunately I don't have the lid anymore, but that started me off on like looking at the candle aisle. Previously had no interest whatsoever in it, so now I look in the candle aisle, so I have probably a shelf of novelty candles. For me, because I love to bake and I'm a big foodie, they're all foodie related. So I've got a cherry pie, I've got a big banana split, I've got a croissant, a toast. They're not all from TK Maxx, but now I look at the seasonal aisle at the candles. And some of these candles like £15-16. So to me, that's a bit much for me personally, but they do burn down well. So I had my eye on this. This is from autumn, and it is £17. I had my eye on this one. Look, you can see look how it's so quirky. You see, it's got no insert in it, but there is a little bit of damage, a little bit of a tiny scuff there and a scuff there. But this was £17, and I'd been eyeing it for a while, and I didn't really want to pay £17, and it was £7. So I'm happy to pay that, because it's a hefty candle, and it'll last for some time. So happy that I got that. Some of them are in better condition than others. There's only a few little chips on this one, which is fine. But it started me off on the slippery slope on the same day. I've come away with 5 candles. So I'm set for life. This one, I had to get this one because I have a cute big collection of Christmas jumpers. So I had to get this one. This is the Smell of Peppermint. This was £2.50. So I think they're around. How much was this one? So as you can see, it was originally £13. So the candles are also inconsistently priced, because I feel like some are better and less, and some are not so good and they're more. Well, anyway, I don't think this is the end. In my other video, you may have seen I actually bought 2 other candles as well, so now there's 7 candles. This is really cute. This is like Mother Christmas. This has a hot chocolate scent to it. This is really nice. I've had one home burgers like this before. This was £3.50, so you can see that. Why is that £2.50 and this is £3.50, and that was £7? But this one again was. This one was £15. Yeah, online this is £4 to buy. So where is this continuity? Well, anyway, I saw this and I thought this was so chic. This one, look at it. There's no damage on it on the top. Look how glittery it is. This is emerald balsam. So I was thinking it's going to be pine. I'm not really fond of pine, but look. It doesn't. It smells more like cinnamon, to be honest. No, that was only £2.50. £2.50. And again, this one was £13. So I don't know who's pricing them up in these stores. I don't know who's pricing them up in the stores. But this was £2.50 anyway. And the guy did wrap them nicely. So thank you, Mr. TK Maxx employee that wrapped all these candles. This is the piece de resistance on this candle. This is such a nice candle. Look at it. It's heavy and oh look, it's a nutcracker. Look how much detail is in this one. Look at it, and it's really heavy. There's no damage as far as I could see on it. Downside, it is our pine scent. We did get a Yankee candle pine scent, and I wasn't too fond of it because it reminds me of pine toilet cleaner. But maybe this won't be like that. Look, and this was £4. You can see underneath this was originally £20. So what a bargain! No damage, and £4. So then look, £2.50, £4, £7, £3.50, £2.50. There's a real difference in pricing candles here. What they're charging for them. Different stores also. The pie was £7 in my other local too, so that was consistent. But why is that £4 online? The Mrs. Santa, and that was a different price in another store. It definitely wasn't £2.50. They had some other cute ones too, but I have to restrain myself. I haven't got anywhere to put these candles, and I can only burn them. I can only burn so many candles at once. Oh, anyway, final markdown comes. Who knows what's possible? But yeah, some good things. The risotto is quite good. There's lots of like little novelty mugs. There'll be hand washers. I've seen hand washers that have no top on the pump, so maybe I could get a cheap pump and just buy those ones if they go down again. Face masks, body bath, fizzers. There's quite a lot of stuff. You think, oh, I won't need that. But when it goes down to like 50p, 30p, you think, well, it'd definitely be worth it. The clothes also will go down. If there's anything left. This was also in the final clearance online, although it is out of stock now. This, I couldn't believe it. I actually said about this a while ago. So this is an R2D2 mini fridge. So I said about if we're going to stay, if anyone goes to stay like in a travel lodge or something like that and there's no fridge, to take like a mini fridge with us or something like that, to store like milk or like butter, or if you want to make sandwiches or something. And mini fridges are like £30, £35, something like that for a basic fridge. And it's not very. You don't need it to be. You don't need it for. It's just great for road trips. Look. And I've seen this one. I thought I've recently watched all the Star Wars films, so I'm up to date with not most of. I haven't seen like Mandalorian or Grogu or any of the other stuff on Disney Plus, but like the basic films. So I'm up to date with the kind of story of it. So I thought, oh, this is cool, but this is like. In Mankind and Argos, this is £100. So when I saw it in TK Maxx on the final clearance of £34 online, there's no way that I hesitated. I got this and the shoes. it's actually out of stock now, so no surprise. I think they sell it normally for £60, so that's still way cheaper. And apparently it holds 8 cans. Look. It holds 8 cans. It does say it online, although I can't see anything on here. It does say it makes noises as well, so we'll see if that's true about it. The video I saw on Mankind, which is exactly the same thing as this, showed that it made little beeping noises every time the fridge opened, which is super cool. See, it's a decent size, so why would you buy £60, see? Which would still be cheap. So why would I buy a normal fridge when I can get a novelty fridge that beeps every time I go to it? So that was a bargain. I just picked this up today, so I was looking online at the right time. But the prices online are also inconsistent as well, so you've just got to be in the store and think, would I pay this, yes or no? Because when the final prices go down, you won't have time to kind of hesitate, because people will be flocking there. I've been there in the past, and there's not been too many people around, but when people see that, they'll just flock around. There's also Christmas ornaments. Not that, that's my phone. There'll be clothing. I've got a Christmas jumper before for like £3-4. So yeah, it is all what's left. So just bear that in mind, all that hasn't sold. So thank you for watching this TK Maxx final clearance video part 1. There'll be definitely more parts to this as I go back and forth to the stores in the next maybe 2 weeks or so. If you like this kind of video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more of it and other yellow sticker hauls. Other yellow sticker hauls, Too Good To Go review boxes, travel, and also food review videos. So I need to put all this stuff away and find a home for the candles. And I'll see you in the next episode. Okay, bye.